The biggest thing I noticed just going to Laos that was very apparent was the modesty. They're more conservative people than in Thailand. They were just modest and clean. The people were they just seemed more honorable, I guess, in that way. I might have described before, but the women all wore skirts that went past their knees and down to just past their shins and stuff. And they were so that was pretty outstanding to me when I first got there compared to Thailand. After seeing a lot of the billboards or posters, women with a lot shorter, more revealing clothing. In Laos, it was just very modest. They were very kind and hospitable. Anytime you went to a place, you took off your shoes before you would go in, and they would always offer water. That was always the first thing. They would always make sure you had water. It's a hot country, hot and humid, so always offer water, and if not water, another fluid, usually like a Coke or Pepsi or something like that, a cold drink. And I may have mentioned before also, but the women, we would go to the market and we would forget our bag of fruit, and we would take off with the rest of our bags, and we'd realize, and we'd come back, and the lady would have held the bag of apples, for instance, or I guess we don't have many apples, but there's a fruit, and she would have been holding there for us until we came back, and then she would give it to us. So we didn't, lose stuff. There wasn't stealing or things like that. So they were honest people. They're very kind, especially to foreigners, I think. But so very respectful, also in the regard that they would you, and their parents. They have a Father's Day and a Mother's Day, kind of like we do. They also have a Children's Day. But on Father's Day and Mother's Day, there's more of a feeling of respect where I think it might be part of their Buddhist culture, but also they would you and show respect and loyalty to their mother and father. So there's a really cool beauty to that culture, and just that there is honor and respect that prevails between families, and to older people especially. The older they were, the lower you would bow, or the higher you would put up your hands, which showed more respect. So they do that, and they teach their kids even when they're very young.